Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Ace, and of course tonight I am joined by my co-host, none other than Isiah Leong. So how you doing tonight, my man?
Ace, I am doing fantastic, my man. It is a great day. We had an epic Thursday night football game. I know we're going to talk about that in a bit, but it was an epic game. But that's not the big story of today for me. The big story of today for me is that my Ace finally got changed. Finally got changed after I've been praying and pleading with that organization to change things up. We finally got changed. It's a great day. We're getting a new manager, man. And isn't it a coincidence that a day after I said on Sports Minute that, I would name myself manager and I could do better than half the managers in all of baseball, Bob Melvin takes the job with the San Diego Padres, and now my hometown ball club, the ball club that I work for, has a managerial vacancy. You know who to call now, Oakland A's. Right here. Call me.
All right, well, after that little tangent here, you're watching another episode of Kicking It with Isiah and Ace, and of course tonight we're going to have another special guest for you, and that's right, his name is John Alcorn, so go ahead and welcome in our special guest of the night. All right, John, welcome to Kicking It with Isiah and Ace. So how are you doing tonight?
First of all, Isiah, you sound like a toilet because you need to flush that crap right down the toilet, because if you hit a baseball and nearly crack your parents' door, no, you shouldn't be managing baseball. No. But we're good, and I'm expecting soon for AJ Green to be released from the Cardinals from that terrible play.
All right, and then, of course, we're going to welcome in Brandon, who's in the comments section, and then, of course, we have Christy Wilson. So thank you guys for hopping on here and watching another episode of Kicking It with Isiah and Ace. So as you know, on this show, this is not just sports. Everybody knows that. This is just all types of random topics, but we always start. Our first topic is always that Thursday night game. That's the first topic we always do. And I know Isiah was pumped about it. John, you actually seemed a little bit pumped about it because you were messaging going, what a crazy game. And what a crazy game it was. I mean, it was a complete crazy game. There was multiple times for us to where I'm like, okay, well, the game, we could have iced it, because we had the ball at the one. My biggest thing at that point was I'm like, you know what? You should have given it to A.J. Dillon. The dude's huge. There's no way they stop him from getting 1 yard. There's just no way. But on the other hand, I do agree with you, John, is like, what was A.J. Green doing? Like, you're like looking at A.J. Green like, was he not expecting the ball? Because he was standing there and like turns around and he's like, what? And he's like, oh, the pass was intercepted? He's like, wait, what? What? So it was kind of one of those things. So, John, since you're a special guest, I will let you go ahead and kick off with our first topic, which is just a recap of the Thursday night game.
We thought the J.R. Smith incident was bad. This is one I think is even worse because now with Kyle Murray being potentially hurt and out 3 to 4 weeks, that puts him in a much more difficult position with the Rams continuing to win football games and what the Rams are doing in the NFC West. I mean, A.J. Green, you play receiver, not corner, right? You're not trying to look out for the receiver because you're actually playing receiver. You made some good catches in the fourth quarter. We thought it was over. I said, okay, Packers scored. It's over. Nope, calls it back. Hey, Aaron Rodgers goes back to that same placement. Aaron Rodgers, he thinks he gets in. Nope, he's a yard short. No good. That was going to be safe at the end zone. Chase Evans, okay, keep this going. Hopkins comes in. You see, what's his name? Rondale Moore trying to fix the mistakes he did earlier in the game. And then I was, it's like, I'm about to go to bed. I'm tired. The Cardinals are going to lose. I picked the Cardinals to win because I like what Kyle was doing. I like what Hawkins is my favorite receiver. We go on that last drive because I say, okay, this game's – we talk about the 5 stages of football brief. We went through the 3 to 4 times. That last drive, going down the field. Looks like the Arizona Kyler Murray is short 1 yard, gets the first down. They run the football well in that drive, 90-plus yards, almost 100 yards. And then, boom, it looks like A.J. Green's going to catch it. I thought he was going to go right, catch it, boom, touchdown, game over, Cardinals winning. But then somehow A.J. Green was texting Instagram models on Instagram because he forgot, oh, wait, there's a football game. You should probably learn how to catch a football. And it's like, dude, we always say, like, oh, it wasn't just this play that cost the game. But number one, it was Kyler Murray. Number one, two boneheaded interceptions. And I think that play right there, without a shadow of a doubt, had to practically screw that game over. Because we all can agree, regardless of our Isaiah's potential sports takes, there is no way that A.J. Green shouldn't have caught that football. I mean, my gosh, like he goes here, he's like, oh wait, it's a flag, dude. Like, come on, like there's absolutely no reason why you should have made that kind of mistake. And I expect him to be released from the Arizona Cardinals tomorrow morning because, like, that's a mistake you cannot make. You know you're gonna get, like, I don't like Michael Irvin's takes, my last take here, but you know in this game with Hopkins being out, you're gonna get a lot of catches later in this game, and you already saw that on that drive. And for some reason, he's like, butterfly, squirrel. And they forgot there was a corner right there that apparently should be receiver for the Packers right now because Devontae Adams is out.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, like, you could clearly see to me when I saw it, and he's like looking around. It was like one of the things, like, oh wait, did you just throw it? Oh wait, did he just? Yeah,
I thought it was incomplete. That's what I was like. Okay, good.
Yeah, no, I was right there with you. Like, my uncle is visiting from Wisconsin, so we're sitting here and we're kind of watching the game, and Kyler Murray threw it, and I was like, okay, incomplete. And then all of a sudden, Aikman and Joe Buck were like, and the pass is picked off. And I look at my uncle, and I'm just like, wait, what? I was like, wait, the pass is, and he's like, did they just say the pass was picked? I'm like, yeah, they just said the pass was picked off. And then I saw it on the replay, and I'm like, oh, he did intercept it. I'm like, my God, I did not see him intercept the ball. I seriously didn't. I thought it was an incomplete pass. I didn't know he intercepted it. That's what shocked me about it. And I know Isaiah was pumped because immediately he starts going, now my 49ers are back in it. And I'm like, come on, man.
No, they're not.
Come on, man. They're not back in it.
You have the Rams. You have a Kyler Murray. No, guaranteed Kyler Murray. They're a little bit of an issue with Kyler Murray right now. But if you think the 49ers have a chance, man, dude, you should turn in your sports car, even though you also forgot to turn in the sports uniform, as Brandon says right here. But
I'm just saying, man. All right, Isaiah, you know what? You can give your little take on it because I know you're going to go all wild and crazy.
Don't let him do it.
And be like, since Arizona lost, you're going to start talking about how the 49ers are back in it. And I'm getting like, that's crazy, man. The 49ers are not back in it. All right, so go ahead.
First of all, let me say this. This was the best NFL game in the last 3 years. This game lived up to the hype despite all the injuries, despite everybody being on the COVID list and stuff like that. I mean, we all thought that this game was going to be an absolute snooze fest. I know me and Ace were talking about that yesterday before Sports Minute. We were like, oh my gosh, man, you got this guy. He's on COVID list. Another guy's hurt. J.J. Watt is out for the season. Like, should we even watch this game? Because, like, yeah, I don't even know if I should watch it because, you know, it's the Green Bay, they're not even going to have a chance to win this football game or even be competitive. And wow, this game was just amazing. There were so many twists and turns and stuff like that. It was like a prelude to Halloween. That's what it was. It was a prelude to Halloween with all the twists and turns. I mean, you have Green Bay nearly icing the game. I thought for sure Green Bay was going to ice the game. That's why I turned it off, and I was like, yep, it's done. That's why I went to watch Sharks hockey. Yes, I watched hockey, Callan and Adam. I watched hockey. And then I was like, oh, yeah, it's over. And then I go back a couple minutes later, check my messenger, and all of a sudden you got John and everybody freaking out saying, wow, the Cardinals actually got the ball and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, what just transpired? And then I see the Cardinals. They get the football. They're driving down the field. And then I was like, oh, yeah, the Cardinals are going to win. No need to watch it. Go back to watching my Sharks game. And then the next thing I know, Kyler Murray throws an interception in the end zone, and I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, I can't believe this actually happened. Like, there were just so many twists and turns in this football game. It was such an epic game. It was a game that, we're definitely going to remember for a long, long time. As for AJ Green, I don't know if it was miscommunication. I don't know if, he just quit. I don't know what happened. I just know that he was looking for a flag or whatever. I just know that he tries to go there. He turns around mid-play and is like, what just happened? What just happened? I'm like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me, man. Like, that's a play that's going to definitely live in infamy for a long, long time. But you got to give credit, though, to the Packers, because Aaron Rodgers was missing not only his top wide receiver, his number 2 wide receiver, his number 3 wide receiver. He was missing his top 3 wide receivers, and I believe he was also missing a top tight end as well, and a couple couple coaches on the defensive staff, and they come in, and not only were they competitive, but they managed to pull out a win in this game against a very hot Arizona Cardinals team. So, Ace, congratulations on the win. It was a great win for your Green Bay Packers. And, I am going to mail you a nice gift package this next couple of weeks, because I want to thank you, Ace. I absolutely want to thank you for this early Christmas present that you and your Packers gave me and my San Francisco 49ers.
No.
Absolutely fabulous NFC West race.
No.
The Cardinals.
Y'all not even making the playoffs.
Got injured. Besides, this was 2 losses for the Cardinals. They lost the game, and then they lost Hopkins. He's got like a bad hamstring, was limping around all night. Murray, he's got some injury. We don't know what his status is. And then they had, I believe they had a couple more players carted off the field, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So they got a lot of injuries as well. The defense doesn't look that good. Everybody looks like they were rattled right now. And if Kyler Murray has to miss significant time, that's a big loss for the Cardinals. If Hopkins, we don't know how that hamstring is going to be. They play the 49ers next week, so that might be – who knows if he's going to be available for that game. If the Niners win this week and then they play the Cardinals, they win that one, this race is not over, and we're right there.
Well,
y'all not even making the playoffs, and Stafford's with the Rams. Y'all have no.
Before we go too far into that, because we have other topics that we have to talk about, I want to get to a few of these comments here. So Casey King is saying good evening. So welcome in, Casey. We hoping you're having a fantastic night. And then he's saying that your Niners have a long ways to go also. And then this comment that Christy Wilson is saying, never underestimate Rodgers. Well, when it came to it, I even thought tonight, I will be perfectly honest, as me being a diehard Packer fan, I thought this was going to be too much for him to overcome. But I did come out, though, and say, this guy's pulled rabbits out of the hat before. And so I said this would be a huge obstacle to overcome for him, and he managed to pull another rabbit out of the hat again. And I don't know how, but he managed to do it. It was a fantastic game. They talked about this being this was going in, supposed to be one of the greatest Thursday night games ever. Mm-hmm. And then once all the injuries happened, I'm like, well, maybe not so much anymore, but it lived up to the hype it was supposed to be. It definitely lived up to it. And I'm just happy that we came out on the better end of it. But now we can hop into our next topic tonight, which, are y'all ready for it? Because It's Halloween. It's Halloween, so we had to throw in another Halloween topic in there. And Isaiah, do you have any funny Halloween stories? I might regret asking this, but I just have to know. Any funny Halloween stories that you might have?
I don't know if it's funny, but it's spooky. And that's what Halloween is about, I'm going to borrow this story from my friend Stephen Wang, who told it to me a couple of years ago. And that is, my guy Stephen was, I believe it was back in high school, senior year. Him and his friends were going on like some sort of a hike and stuff like that. So he goes on they go on this hike. It's like going up this wooden trail, and it's at night. For some reason, they're going at night. They're trying. I believe there was a house up the hill, and they were going to go trick or treating at that house. And what happened was they're going up there. All of a sudden, his friend gone, goodbye, nowhere to be found. And he's like really scared out of his mind because you're trick or treating you're by yourself. It's the woods, it's dark, and you don't know what can come out and jump out at you. So he's going on this hike, and then all of a sudden he hears like some noises. Like there's like I believe there was like some whooshing noises, and there was. I believe he also found a note on the ground that said, like, run, because there was a guy with a knife that's behind. There was, like, a guy with a knife somewhere in the woods and stuff like that. So he's getting all freaked out and stuff like that. He's running up the hill. He hears more noises. Guy's getting more and more freaked out. I have a feeling I'm leaving off, like, really important parts of the story. And then he's running up the hill, and then all of a sudden, he stumbles upon some blood on the ground, stumbles upon it, and now he's truly freaked out because, first of all, you got a note saying there was a guy with a knife somewhere in the woods, then blood on the trail, and then all of a sudden he hears something behind his back in a bush, turns around, and he's like, what just happened? So he's running up the hill, he sees the house, he knocks on the door. And instead of trying to get candy, he tries to ask the owner, hey, can I stay here for a bit? There's some like really sketchy stuff out there. And, the owner, kicks him out, and he's there by himself. And then all of a sudden, one of his friends appears from a nearby bush, and he has like cuts all over him and he's bleeding. And he's like freaking out at this point. The friend is bleeding, and then what happens is a guy dressed in a black cloak comes out like with a knife and starts attacking his friend, and he's like screaming, and he's calling the cops. And then right as the cops are about to arrive, the guy with the black cloak turns out to be his friend, and the other friend, that was fake blood, and they were trying to pull a nasty prank on him. And it turned out bad because the cops ended up showing up, and it was not pretty for those kids because they ended up getting grounded for a while. Some of them even got some of them even had to take the belt, and also a couple of them even got to had to go to the police station for questioning. So yeah, that was not fun.
So I guess you said it's not really funny. It's more
it's more of a spooky Halloween story.
Yeah, I know. I had a few of them, when I was a kid, but I think it was the year before last, actually. I was taking my kids trick-or-treating, and we were walking around where my aunts live, and I was like, hey, let's stop here. This place looks cool. They have their light on. So it was crappy, and I legitimately mean crappy, because as I was walking up the stairs, I like grabbed the handle, and I was like, what is gushy and soft? And I look at my hand, and I was like, I like grabbed a bunch of like dog crap, and this dog crap was like in my hand, and I was like, oh, this is disgusting, and I had like no alcohol wipes, nothing on me that I could wipe it off with. So my kids are just like, Dad, we want to keep going, and I'm like, well, I was like, my hand is covered in crap, like legitimately like covered in crap. So I'm like trying to walk away with my hand out like this. So as I'm walking away, it was just like one crappiness after another, because now this lady had stairs. So I'm like trying to walk down these stairs. So as I'm trying to walk down these stairs, because my other hand is occupied because I have this crap on my hands, I try and take a step. So I like slip for a second, and my shoe like comes off. And so I stepped down right on another pile of dog crap. So now,
Oh my God.
I have dog crap on my hands. I have dog crap on my feet. And I'm like looking at the wife, and I'm just like, and I'm trying to do whatever I can not to throw up. So I'm like trying to walk away. I get in the car. I get in the car. I sit down, and everyone like piles in, and they're like, "My God, it smells in here!" And I was like, "I can't." I was like, "I can't do anything. I have no wipes. I have nothing. I had no wipes. I didn't have anything. Just a bunch of stuff on my hands, on my foot. There was nothing I could do." And welcome in Dave Esparza. And yes, he remembers this story. I've told him. Also, welcome in Dave Kokensparger. He's also here. So hello, guys. Yeah, it was just. To me, it was just like one thing after another. It wasn't going away. So I just found it stick and kind of just off with it the best I could. And then I tried to ride home with my hand out the window with the window down. So it wasn't like that. And it was a very crappy night. So that was my crappy Halloween experience, my funny story that I was literally covered in crap. But John, do you have any funny Halloween stories for us?
I don't know if I can top that kind of.
Yeah, I don't know if you can top that one.
I won't, but it was back in 8th grade, and I remember just sitting there on the chair, just laid back, pretend like you're one of those little things where you press the button and it starts moving. So this little 2 or 3 year old girl, she's probably still in diapers, very like a toddler, can barely speak at all, grabs up gets the candy. And I had the mask on, she can't see. I grab her arm and go, "Ah!" And it scares her so bad, or her had hard to tell when they're that young. Starts crying. Pretty sure she pooped her pants, and she starts crying, like bawling out of control. I just go woo, and then after I scared the daylights out of this little kid, the mom asked me to take the mask off, and I looked at my parents like, "What are they gonna do? They don't even live in the neighborhood, so." I was pretty much, traumatized a 2-year-old kid.
So John Alcorn, when it comes to it, he's just a big bully. That's kind of...
That was one time 10 years ago.
Yeah, John, don't be bullying kids, bro.
Hey, at least I don't swim in doo-doo. No, it's scams.
Right.
Yeah,
I do know, though, that it was 1 year on Halloween, and this didn't happen to me. This actually happened to a buddy of mine. We were walking across this like and down this little trail, and there was like this sewage little pond right there that sewage would like go into. So my friend, he sees this little bridge that's like going across that, and he's like, "Hey, I wonder what's over that." And I was like, "Dude, don't even try, bro." I'm like, that's gross. So he starts walking across the bridge, and the freaking bridge snapped. Like it was this little. It was the very thin, and it snapped, and he fell right down in the poop. And I'll tell you what, it was so bad. It was so bad to have to walk with this guy who's smelling like complete doo-doo. Like it was horrible. But so then Dave Kokensparger is saying, "It sounds like a bunch of crap to me." I love the pun.
Note in common right there.
I think I remember I used to do like fake poop or like the fake vomit, and like the older people, like I felt bad because like my grandma, she gets scared really easily even when you try not to scare her. So I you can forgive me for this. I just remember going up behind her close by Halloween time. She's playing the piano. She stops for a minute. I just go boo, and she just wows out and almost falls out of the chair. But hey.
All right, exactly. So now we can now Dave's saying that the one story I told about my hand and the foot, he said that has to be the story of the year. So I'm just saying.
Now when you see dog crap next time, don't put your hand in there again. I know you're
I won't.
tempted, man.
I won't do that again. But anyway, so we're going to jump to our next topic. Before we do that, Christy Wilson has a little story that she has to share. I remember walking through a haunted house located at my local shopping mall. I held onto my husband the whole time, especially after someone in a scary costume jumped out and scared the you-know-what out of me. That tends to be very common on Halloween. People like to jump out and scare people. It's very, very common. So I'm sorry
I'm
that
not
happened.
gonna talk about haunted houses because I have a really bad experience with not like actual haunted houses, but there was something that happened with me, Callan, and John where I said like the word scary is not in my dictionary, and then Callan proceeds to show me a bunch of haunted houses from like this event at Great America, I believe, and he's like showing it to me. And one of the ones, like this was on StreamYard. This guy scared, like this shows the haunted house, and it's like boom, and I'm like scared. I get so scared. I
fell
jump
out of
off
his
the chair and I fall. It was like that bad. Never underestimate a haunted house, guys.
Never underestimate. Okay, I will never underestimate a haunted house. But we're going to jump to our next topic, and I've been waiting for this topic. I've been waiting to do this one because I know there was, and I don't think he's here tonight, the individual that wanted to hear you answer this. But we've been waiting so long because Isiah started this. He's the one who started this. So tonight we're going to finish this. And the topic is simply your top 5 ingredients that you would put on a baked potato. And as we know, what?
Why is Isiah looking like?
Because a few weeks ago on this show, somebody asked a question about a baked potato. They asked, the top 5 ingredients. We didn't have time to talk about it, but Isiah was like, I'll start out with the first one. And then he said, we'll finish up the last one. So when Isiah was talking about this baked potato and top 5 ingredients, the first ingredient he came out with that he said goes on a baked potato is Fruit Loops.
What?
Exactly.
You uncultured booger eater.
He said,
how do you put cereal? You've never had a baked potato in your life?
Yeah, he said you put Fruit Loops on a baked potato.
Bro, I met people that had dementia that know you don't put Fruit Loops on a baked. Clearly, you've never been to Texas long enough. Because you've been to Texas. You've seen a baked potato or a cowboy with cowboy boots eating a baked potato. Have you not been to a barbecue restaurant, you uncultured, toenail clipping, burger eating, smelling fart eater? I mean, how do you not like? What? Have you had a baked potato? As it?
Yes, I've had a baked potato.
Then why did you put Fruit Loops on it then?
All right, so Isiah, so we do have a few comments here. Who Callan is saying, who the hell puts Fruit Loops on a baked potato? And then James is saying Isiah ? And Brandon saying I'm here. And then Christy Wilson saying I put bacon and cheddar cheese. See, that's normal. Bacon and cheddar cheese. That is normal. That's awesome right there.
Oh, don't forget the sour cream on top.
We'll definitely get there. So Isiah, since you started this with the Fruit Loop, I can't wait to hear your final 4 ingredients. So go ahead and tell me your final 4 ingredients on a baked potato. And watch, it's going to be something like oatmeal or ice cream or something like that. Yeah, it's going to be something like that.
So the day that I've dreaded for a long, long time has finally come, man. And whoever that put that question out there, I don't remember like who it was. I think it might have been Dante Garcia.
It was Dante, right?
I think it was Dante.
Yeah.
I think it was Dante.
I think it was Dante. Yeah.
Yeah, it was either Dante or Ishmael. I don't remember. But whoever put that out there, thank you so much for embarrassing the crap out of me because I am never going to have to
answer. You don't put Fruit Loops on a baked potato.
But
you embarrassed yourself by saying Fruit Loops.
I've worked with toddlers and they don't think, oh, let me put Fruit Loops on this baked potato because that sounds so good.
You embarrassed it by yourself by going Fruit Loops. But anyways, go ahead and finish your other 4 ingredients because we know that one is
Fruit Loops is on there, right? You got the potato, you put the Fruit Loops on there. All right, it's got to be the cheese, bacon. That's what, 3 ingredients?
What kind of bacon, though? It matters.
Yeah, bacon, cheese, Fruit Loops. Definitely it's got to be garlic butter. A nice baked potato with garlic butter on it is amazing. That's 4. And I would say probably like, last ingredient. Wow, there's a lot of great candidates you could put.
Dude, I can't imagine. I can't imagine how Fruit Loops would taste with bacon, like bacon on top of Fruit Loops and cheese.
And put that with sour. And put that with garlic. Ooh, yeah, I might as well just not eat for a whole. Thanks a lot, Isaiah. Now I'm not gonna be hungry for the whole weekend because of that. Now every time I see a baked potato at a restaurant, oh, sorry, does that come with Fruit Loops or is that on the side? I mean, what? Sorry, my friend suggested that.
What's your final ingredient, Isaiah?
It's nothing disgusting. It's not gross at all. It's like it's definitely gotta be those green onions that you chop on there.
Chives.
Chives. Yeah.
Bro,
So,
the answer is literally on the screen.
well,
Yeah,
I'm not
which-
Isaiah.
Yeah,
I'm not
which
looking at the comments though.
Which I was going to say, though, you actually have a lot of people who are saying, what they would put on there. So you have James Gonzalez who's going, he's going to go with grated cheese. He's going to go with butter and then even gravy. So, he's going to take some gravy and throw it on there. I personally have never tried gravy on a baked potato, but that might be worth a shot. I mean, why not? I might try it once. And then you have Callan who's saying bacon, chives, and butter. That doesn't sound too bad. And then Dave Koch, sour cream, chives, cheese, bacon, butter, and salt.
That's the thing. I'm not a sour cream guy, but yeah, I agree with the other.
You're
ones.
a Fruit Loop guy?
Yeah, he's a Fruit Loop guy.
Well, let me explain the Fruit Loops. The reason why I'm putting Fruit Loops on there is because you got the bacon, right? You got the bacon, you got the cheese.
He's justifying his answer.
Yeah. Well, you have a bunch of salty stuff. You need to mix in sweet. You need to have something sweet.
It's a baked potato, not French toast.
It doesn't matter.
Waffle.
You need to have something sweet to go with the salt. Because if you eat so much salt,
you put OJ or something or soda on the side. You don't just go, let's put some Fruit Loops. Let's put some. No, that's stupid.
Right?
You can tell you're from somewhere way from Texas. If you said that inside of Rudy's, you would get slapped by a cowboy boot.
It's crunchy, it's sweet. You got the fruit
Crunchy
smell in
baked
there.
potato?
It's pretty much a 5-category meal just in the entire potato.
What?
I can't believe he's justifying that ridiculous is the answer.
With the Fruit Loop, right?
I think Fruit Loops on a baked potato is normal.
What, normal? How many people have come up to you and said, hey, man, I'm making a baked potato. Do you want some Fruit Loops on it? I'm just saying, man, how many people do you have request Fruit Loops on a baked potato?
Wait, why don't you go call a Rudy or a barbecue place?
I put pineapple chunks if I would too.
And you still want him on the show?
That's what's so fun about this show, because it's just over the top and so crazy. You just never know what you're going to get. So, John, this comes to, okay, but Dave actually says Trix has same flavor as Fruit Loops. Would you substitute?
No. Don't you dare put Trix and Fruit Loops in the same sentence. That's like putting some random Batman movie with all these great no.
Trix, yes.
No. But Isaiah, even James is agreeing. That is not normal, Isaiah. That is not normal. All right, so John, how about you? When you have a baked potato, what is your top 5 ingredients? And I know your ingredients are going to be a lot better than Fruit Loops.
It'd be cinnamon toast. I'm kidding. Okay, so I like the applewood smoked bacon, kind of put it on like the skillet. I like to put some like pepper and salt, maybe some of that lemon pepper, and then I think there's this not garlic salt, or what is that called? Sea salt. I put on the outside of that. Then of course you have the basic like sour cream, and of course the bacon bits you have on top, and some of that shred, maybe a jalapeno or the yellow shredded cheese on top. And Fruit Loops stay in the pantry, of course.
So let me ask you this, because we are talking about bacon here, and even Christy Wilson saying Applewood smoked bacon is so good. Okay, so we're talking about bacon. But people like their bacon in a different way. So, John, when you're putting bacon on your baked potato, do you like crunchy bacon or do you like the floppy bacon? Okay, so
floppy bacon makes it taste like it's like a sweaty foot. I feel like if I'm eating floppy bacon, I can't do that. I feel like old people not some people. I don't know. I like it not like crispy to where if you touch it, just like disappears like Peter Parker did in Infinity War, but like enough to where it has that flavor, but it's not like burnt to the crisp.
Okay, so I'm there with you. You definitely on baked potatoes. I feel like butter is kind of a key ingredient to have on a baked potato. You definitely bacon. Love me some bacon, man. I don't know. I really have never met anybody who doesn't like bacon. I don't know who would not like bacon. Like bacon is one of those all-around things that you could almost put on anything. I love bacon.
What about Fruit Loops? No, I'm just kidding.
That's,
I'm kidding.
that's definitely pushing it. But bacon is definitely one I put on there. I'd throw some cheese on there. Gotta have the cheese. Shredded cheese. Does it really matter what type of shredded cheese? Not really, but you gotta have that on there. I don't really have a ton of ingredients on my baked potato, but let me ask you this, John or Isaiah. Let me see if you guys have ever done this. So, typically when you go to KFC and you get the famous bowl, it has like corn and the potatoes and stuff. Sometimes I actually put corn on a baked potato because I think that corn actually is good in potatoes. So, John, is this something that you've tried? Have you ever put corn on a baked potato?
No, that is a food sin right there. I like corn, but you cannot put it with a baked potato. That's something for me I could not do. Now it's nowhere near Fruit Loops. Obviously, I would rather put corn on a baked potato than Fruit Loops because that just makes no sense. But no, I haven't considered that at all.
So, Christy Wilson saying the world would be boring without bacon. Hey, I completely agree.
1,000%.
Yeah, absolutely. So, John, I don't know if you were on here in the last conversation that we had about bacon, but there was actually a study supposedly that came out that they said it was a proven fact about bacon, that it said for every pound of bacon you eat, it's supposed to knock 10 years off your life.
I already look 15 at the age 23. If I look any more ages out of my life, then I would look like I'm back in elementary school. So no, I don't want to knock any more years off of my life, please. No.
No, I'm just saying though, like, wouldn't a bunch of us already be close to being dead because we've all eaten so much bacon in our life?
Be surprised. Those bacon cheeseburgers, man, if you make them right with some jalapeno cheese on top and sometimes some onion rings or something like that on that. That's
so James Gonzalez saying bacon is tricky. It's got to be solid, but not hard. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, because you don't want to eat the bacon that's just going to crumble. Like when you take the bite, it's just going to break into pieces. That's not the type of bacon you want. And James actually saying he knows somebody who doesn't like bacon. That's
Wow.
That's what I want to know. Who doesn't?
Are they vegetarian?
I don't know.
Hey,
James.
So Big B, have you ever had Fruit Loops on a baked potato?
That's what I was coming on for. What the heck? I almost threw up in my mouth. I knew he was going to say it because I was on the episode that this question was brought up on, and that's the first. And the sad thing is, he didn't hesitate. He's like, Fruit Loops easily. It's like, what?
A child doesn't think before they answer. So
no kidding.
So we do have a few questions here. So Dante Garcia, there he is. There's the man who wanted to know about this, but he's saying brisket on my baked potato. That might not be. That might actually sound pretty good. Brisket on a baked potato.
Top brisket, yeah.
They have that.
I would go for that.
Barbecue place, but
brisket. I mean,
if you smoke it right, it can be really good on a baked potato.
And then James is saying, does anybody here? He wants to know if anyone here likes turkey bacon.
I don't mind it.
Nope.
No,
that'll be like me rooting for the Dallas Cowboys.
It's like bacon.
But it's definitely not the same as regular.
Yeah, it's not the same as bacon, but it's like it's not bad. But come on, man, if it's regular bacon,
it's better than Fruit Loops on a baked potato. I'll tell you that.
Definitely regular bacon.
So Dave. No, I was just going to answer this question really quick.
Go ahead.
So, Dave, to answer your question, it's not a pound a day or a pound over time. It's just
Pound a day? Ooh,
They're saying for every 10 pounds or for every pound of bacon you eat. That's what it's saying because I don't know. But anyways, Big B, you were going to say something.
No, I was just gonna say turkey bacon with maybe Fruit Loops might be a little bit better than Fruit Loops on a baked potato, but maybe we need to get Isaiah to do that. Bake a baked potato, put Fruit Loops on there, and then eat it on camera.
That's a good idea. When he loses in the fantasy football league, make him make that exact baked potato with the Fruit Loops on top.
He will.
And I thought it was the pizza challenge you guys are doing.
It is. It's the pizza challenge. It's got to be pizza. Something has to be on
Fruit Loops on there then. Easy.
So pizza, baked potato on pizza with some Fruit Loops on top. There you go.
There you go.
So gross.
So Nate is actually saying that he likes the turkey bacon. So I guess there are people out there who like the turkey bacon, or they wouldn't make it if people didn't like it. And then Dante Garcia is saying, Isaiah, how about Cocoa Puffs? Yeah, I don't.
Not chocolate. No way. No, not chocolate for sure. Chocolate on a baked potato? No way. No, that crosses a line.
So what made you think about that answer that time?
Well,
Fruity Pebbles?
No, Fruity Pebbles, Twix,
Reese's Puffs, Reese's
yeah, like
Puffs,
those
Reese's
are
Puffs,
good
Reese's
cereal.
Did you just say Twix on a baked potato?
No, I said
okay.
cereal.
I was like, wait a second, okay.
Is there a cereal called Twix? With like the bunny and like the little the rabbit, whatever.
Bro, are you literally that uncultured?
Anyway,
seriously, tricks are for kids.
Silly rabbit.
I put that all on my baked potato because it's fruity. You need something sweet to go with it, but no chocolate.
That's why you either have a cold beer or a nice Dr. Pepper something on the side, like a person does when you go to a barbecue restaurant.
Hey, John, unlike you here in the Bay Area, we love
nobody ever puts
we
Fruit
love
Loops
to
on
have
there.
a 5-category
toe-licking
meals.
booger eater. No, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry, I can't deal with this. If I had a cowboy boot, I would come there right now.
I'll tell you what, Isaiah. I'll make a bet with you. 49ers win the Super Bowl this year. I'll put Fruit Loops on a baked potato and I'll eat it.
You got a deal. You got a deal, sir.
Okay, hold on.
No, wait, stop there. So
there has to be something that Isaiah has to do though. If they don't,
Ooh, what is it?
What is he gonna do if they don't?
I'll do the same thing as Big B. I will put
No, because you do it all
for
the time.
you, it's delicious. Yeah. For Big B, this is treacherous. So. Isaiah loses.
We'll think about it. We'll think about it as the show goes on.
I got it. Niners don't make the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl. Isaiah has to wear a Braves jersey every time he's out until baseball season starts.
No, I will buy him a Russell Wilson jersey for Christmas.
I actually have that somewhere in my closet, by the way.
And you call them the Sea Chickens?
We'll have to think of a good second bet to that.
Yeah, it'll definitely have to be a good second bet. But let's go into our next topic since we have a few left here. Our next topic is we're going to be talking about places that you visited. So we're going to talk about, some of the favorite place you visited, and I'm assuming that this is where Isaiah got some of these funky ideas about Fruit Loops on baked potatoes.
I wonder what state or what foreign country do you get Fruit Loops on a baked potato? So,
anyway, Big B, since you're new on here, you were a guest tonight. Tell me what's some of the funnest places that you've been to?
Honestly, guys, to shock it, I don't travel that much. I don't like flying, so everything's by car. I would have to say, though, the coolest site, I moved up to Iron Mountain, Michigan, my freshman year into sophomore year for high school with my aunt and cousins up there. And I was up there for 4th of July, and they have one of the biggest ski jumps that you used to be able to climb to the top. And we just sat there and watched like 10, 15 different fireworks shows going on at once. But outside of that, I mean, you come to Minnesota, Duluth has a good place to go visit, Brainerd, So, but I'm actually looking forward to next year. We're actually planning our 10 year wedding anniversary, we're gonna go down to Nashville, and I've heard that's a fun place to go to. So,
Okay.
you know,
So Christy Wilson is saying for her it's New York City and Dallas, and then James Gonzalez is saying the Waffle House in Arizona during spring training this season. So
Very
Waffle
underrated.
House. If it deals with food, definitely I'm there. So John, I'll go with you. What's some of the funnest places you've been to?
Ironically, one of the more funner places I've been to is where I got lost. Some of y'all heard this story already, so I'll just briefly tell it one more time. At the end of my 6th grade year, we had a class called Exploratory Languages, where we learned all different languages. Pretty easy. And no, there was no language where we ate Fruit Loops on a baked potato or brisket. That's it. And so we go to Canada. And so you're 12 years old. You're not really thinking what you're doing. You're on the phone. You have to pee. Oh, there's a tree. That's a good idea. It's not like there's tourists or anything walking nearby. That's a genius idea. So I'm on the phone with my parents. I pull my pants down. I pee. And then I pull them back up because I didn't have crap in my hands, but I had nowhere to wash my hands or clean my hands. So I'm still on the phone with my parents. I turn around. Oh, words I don't say nowadays. The group is gone. And so those in those movies, the commercials where they teach about the horse.
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta go. And then as I'm running to it, huffing and puffing, because my mom thought I was being chased. Like, you know how moms can be or aunts can be dramatic. Well, she thought I guess being chased by a murderer or something. So I was like, Mom, and then the phone line goes dead. And so therefore I'm it's in the dark. So I'm 12 years old. You can't see the phones. I'm pretty sure is almost dead. And there's 2 paths to get back. Big B. There's the left one and the right one. If I don't get the right one, well, let's just say we. That's definitely going to be a weird, awkward trip. And so, look, I made the right one back. But getting lost here, I would love to be a fly on the wall. How my parents were freaking out. Because imagine, you're 12 years old. You're getting lost in a foreign country. Let's just say that. And other things that happened there what happened to Canada stays in Canada.
All right. Isaiah, how about you?
Well, I'm trying to think, some of the coolest places that I've been. I don't know if
McDonald's
you guys,
doesn't count.
well, what's up?
Nothing.
I don't know
your
if you guys
parents'
know
trunk
this,
doesn't
but
count.
I grew up in Hawaii, so I was really lucky and fortunate to grow up there because a lot of people always want to go there to vacation, and it's a really nice place, really really nice place, really cool. You get to go to the beach every single weekend when you're not in school, so that's awesome. So that was cool, but once you guys know this, when you're at a place, no matter where it's at, when you're at a place for 12 years, 15 years, it just gets boring, so that's why Hawaii just turned out everything is great and stuff like that, which it's great, but it just turned out to be kind of boring for me. But in terms of the coolest places that I've ever been, I gotta say Japan, dude. I went to Japan that one year, or I think it was 5 years ago. A lot of the stuff there are so high tech. We literally had a robot serving us at the airport. It was so cool. I never ever saw that before. And then the bathroom that I went to in one of the hotels, the toilet was robotic. It was a robotic toilet.
Did they have a bidet?
What's up?
Did they have a bidet?
No, they don't, unfortunately.
Oh.
But
I'm surprised. Okay.
yeah, but it was you had a robot butler at the hotel, and it was just really cool to just have to venture all around Japan. And I remember we went to we went to that mountain. I don't know, you guys know that volcano that is famous in Japan that erupts. I don't think it erupts anymore, but we went there and we actually didn't go all the way up, because if you go all the way up, it's like hiking Mount Everest. But we went to I believe half of the mountain, and that was a really cool scene to get to see the entire Japan below you. So that was really really cool. But yeah, Mount Fuji. Thank you, Christy. But yeah, the food was great, the people are great, the sightseeing is amazing, and also just
They don't put Fruit Loops on potatoes.
Hey, I should have asked the robot butler to
Those are
bring
my
me,
kind of people, Big P.
I should have asked the robot butler of the hotel to just bring me a baked potato with Fruit Loops.
Yeah, I would have slapped you.
He would have slapped you and kicked you out. And
Yeah, no Fruit Loops on potatoes.
Gotta fight a butler.
You'll
I mean,
never
gotta
hear
fight
the
a
end of
robot.
that
It's
one.
amazing.
So whenever I want to reference this one day for a job in the sports world or something, like, what is something interesting about Isaiah? Well, there's one type of food that he just loves. He loves baked potato. Sounds good. But for some reason, he likes to put Fruit Loops on it. So, sorry.
Yeah, he's definitely when it comes to
And
that, he's definitely
He's
kind
a
of
fruity
strange
guy for
individual.
sure. Yeah.
Food, yeah.
And he cheers for the Vancouver Blues.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The Vancouver what?
Oh, you didn't hear that one.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't
What
hear
happened?
that, did you?
Yeah, so
Oh,
Yeah,
2 weeks
so-
ago.
yeah, so we were doing a show. It was like 2 weeks ago. We're doing a show. Callan is here.
Oh
and,
no.
and we're doing a show, and we decided to. I was trying to talk to Callan a little bit about hockey, and then Isaiah's like, "Oh, okay, I got this. I'm gonna talk about my Sharks," and so I was like, "All right." So Isaiah's like, "Yeah, so we're starting out 2-0, and we've beaten the Golden Knights, and we beat the Blues. I think it's the Vancouver Blues." And I'm like
What else did you say? I said it didn't stop there. I know
no,
that.
no, it didn't stop there. So we all start laughing like really, really hard, and then Isaiah's like, "Okay, so this is," and he starts going through this whole list of players, and Callan's like, "Isaiah, that guy retired. Isaiah, that guy's no longer on the Sharks. Isaiah." And so we started cracking up so bad that we had 2 topics left, and we couldn't finish. I legitimately had to end the show because nobody could collect themselves.
Well,
and finish the
if I
show.
recall, it started with Isaiah making a comment to Callan in a messenger that said that golf and hockey are the same.
Oh yeah,
What?
That's how
Which one's worse, the baked potato or this comment?
Yeah. Yeah, so then we got on the hockey topic, and Isaiah's naming off Sharks that don't play for him or play on different teams. And then somehow we got to the Senators, and we said Ottawa Senators. And Isaiah's like, well, those guys are in Kansas, right?
Oh my
And we're
god.
like, no.
There's something called geography, and there's something called school. I think you need to take a few community college courses because that's like saying Paris is in Texas. That's like saying, "Oh, I've been to Paris." Come on.
Texas.
well.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we run out of time here, we still do have a topic to go. So I do
All right,
want
let's
to
go.
finish the topic before our time runs out, which is I'm going to give you 5 different candy bars, okay? And you have to put them in the order that you think they belong in, as in 1 through 5. All right. John, I'll let you go first on this one. Your 5 candy bars that I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you Snickers, Milky Way, Twix, Butterfinger, Baby Ruth.
Almost none of those I would put on my list. But since we're doing this list,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Snickers is like the Kirk Cousins of candy bars. Like it can do the job, but it leaves you feeling empty and satisfying. And you're not you when you're throwing picks, and you're not you when you're hungry. Milky Way though, like in my life though, I've never met somebody that's like, "Hey, let's go stop at the candy store. Let's get the Milky Way." I've never seen somebody in my life. Again, I know it happens. I know there are people out there, but I've never seen somebody in my life eat a Milky Way. Yeah. But I would have to say Twix though. But it depends the left or the right. Again, some people are on different sides on that. Cough, cough. But no, I think the right Twix is definitely pretty good. But I would have to say Twix, Babe Ruth, because even if you don't eat it, it's good for a prank. Number 3, Butterfinger, man. Those are good. Number 4 is Milky Way, even though I've never seen somebody eat it, and I'm not sure if I've seen the commercial for Milky Way. And number 5, of course, is Snickers.
Oh, Snickers. Okay. So and I'm assuming you were going from best to least, right? That's how you're doing it?
Yes.
All right. Big B, this comes to you. List these 5 candy bars in order and tell me how you would put the candy bars between the Milky Way, the Twix, the Baby Ruth, the Snickers, and Butterfinger.
Oh, I gotta go. My favorite's always Butterfinger. I love Butterfinger. Then after that, it's kind of a toss-up. I mean, Snickers, Milky Way, 2, 3 there. Twix, I can interchange all 3 of those, and then Baby Ruth at number 5, unless like John said, unless I'm doing a good prank on somebody,
All right. But unlike John, you actually enjoy these because John says he doesn't really prefer any of these candy bars, but it sounds like
Butterfingers are good, but besides that, it's like I'm more of different kinds.
But it sounds like Big B saying that your favorite is the Butterfinger, correct?
Oh yeah, I love the Butterfinger. Yep. That's the whatchamacallit. The whatchamacallit's like
whatchamacallit, absolutely. So
exactly.
So we have a few lists here. So Callan's saying number 5 goes with Milky Way, and then 4 is Twix, 3 is Baby Ruth, 2 is Snickers, and then 1 is Butterfinger. And then you have Christy Wilson who's saying number 1 Twix, number 2 Snickers, number 3 Milky Way, number 4 Baby Ruth, number 5 Butterfinger, and she says her list goes from the best to worst.
No, I just lost respect for Christy putting Butterfinger at number 5.
So she put Butterfingers as the worst one then, because she put it 5, or is 5 like the best?
No, you start with 1 is the best, and then you go backwards. So,
all right.
So Isaiah, you tell me what is your list?
All right, so my list for 1 through 5. Wow, it's tough between Butterfingers and Twix because I love Twix, man. I love Twix. It's like Twix is like that graham cracker, right? The graham cracker chocolate one. It's the graham cracker.
Bro. Oh my god.
Twix, you don't even know what it is.
The graham cracker. That's not the graham cracker. It's like the chocolate biscuit, whatever thingy. But you know what? I gotta go with the Butterfingers because Butterfingers is so good. I mean, it's an amazing chocolate.
And Mark also likes it.
At my nearby gas station, we have Butterfingers cappuccino, and I get that almost every time I visit.
Dude, it's pumpkin spice weather, not butterscotch or whatever the Butterfinger.
Hey, pumpkin spice is legit, but Butterfingers is much better. But
no. It is pumpkin spice, Han Solo boots, and other types of clothing weather, but not that cappuccino stuff you're talking about, Isaiah.
So, Big B, Christy Wilson saying, "Hey, Butterfinger is not my personal favorite," and that was for you. So,
well, not everybody can be right all the time.
Right?
Well, it's okay. That's what people say when they're usually wrong.
I'm gonna try to finish this list as quick as possible because I know Callan is lurking somewhere in the background. He's gonna jump on. He might jump on and roast my ass. So Butterfingers number 1, Twix number 2, but they are like a close tie. What was the other one? It was Butterfingers, Twix, Milky Way, and let's see.
Babe Ruth.
My ADD is acting up right here. Butterfingers, Butterfingers number 1, Twix number 2. It's got a Snickers number 3, Milky Way number 4, and it's got Baby Ruth's got to be my number 5.
Baby Ruth? It's Babe Ruth.
Well, Callan put it as Baby Ruth. I'm just reading off his list. But Babe Ruth is number 5 because until just 5 minutes ago, I didn't even know what the hell that was. I had to search.
What?
I thought Babe Ruth.
You didn't know what a Babe Ruth was? You didn't know who Stanley was?
I thought Babe Ruth was a baby powder. So I thought it was that pink baby powder type of like bottle or whatever. I thought that was Baby Ruth. When Ace was like Baby Ruth, I was
Babe Ruth.
You're giving me baby powder? Are you kidding me? Of course. I'm going to
put on baked potatoes. See what it tastes like.
That's like saying to me, by the way, ma'am, we just put some Babe Ruth on your child. Excuse me?
Anyway.
Yeah, Babe Ruth.
I've never tried it before. I've never tried it before. Like I have
Yeah,
never
nobody
tried
would
it
try
before,
Babe
so-
Ruth powder because it doesn't exist.
All right. So
Yeah.
anyway,
I thought it was
anyway,
baby powder.
so that was Isaiah's list with his little I think it's the graham cracker thingies, but anyway,
You know, the graham
Kit
cracker
Kat?
thing.
right. So with that, so when you look at this list, you know, I think a lot of people know what my favorite is, which is actually the Snickers. I love the Snickers, so I have to go. Yeah, you can give me that look. That's fine. I have the Snickers at number 1, the Twix at number 2, the Butterfinger at number 3, the Ruth at number 4, and the Milky Way at number 5.
Have you met somebody that ate milk? Because I live in Texas, so obviously that's not like the one that's popular here. But I've never met somebody that eats Milky Way. To be honest.
Absolutely right. All right,
Well,
so
we get in the Bay Area, like for people like trick or treating, they always give us Milky Way for some reason. It's like, really?
You still trick or treat, Isaiah?
he still does.
Yeah.
He still watches. Was it Caillou? What is that show that you watched the other day? Moms or what was that?
Paw Patrol?
But since we're at that point in the show, we're gonna go ahead and go. We're gonna go around the room one more time and kind of give your final thoughts. So, Isaiah, go ahead and kick us off with your final thoughts.
Well, my final thoughts is it was a fantastic show. You know, I love doing this, kicking it with Isaiah and Ace show every single Friday night. Thursday nights.
Bro, don't waste my day off.
Thursday night, every Thursday night. You know, the thing about this show, which is great, is that every single week you just don't know what's going to happen. You know, we have a script, but we don't really stick to the script. You know, expect the unexpected. So every single week, tune in because there's always going to be something new, something funky every single week. So make sure you guys tune in. Want to thank the fans for tuning in tonight. It was a fantastic show, and it's the most wonderful time of the year now, Ace, John, and Big B, because you got Halloween coming up this Sunday. Then it's going to be Thanksgiving. Then it's going to be Christmas. Then it's going to be New Year's. Plus in sports, we got, you know, the college football playoff coming out, baseball World Series. Like that guy said, I forgot the song. I think it was Jody McCrinkle that made the song. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Do you just not pay attention to internet? And
Did you legitimately
Jody
just say
McCrinkle.
Jordy McCrinkle?
Yeah, Jody McCrinkle wrote "It's the most wonderful time of the year" song, right?
I've never heard of that name. Who's that? Jody McCrinkle. Spell that for me, please.
So, Big B, any final thoughts for you?
Oh, man. Ace, I don't know how you can do it for a whole hour. You know, I just got a headache, and I've only been out for like 5-10 minutes. I mean, I'm glad I got off, you know, a little bit to join you guys, roast Isaiah with his baked potato takes. Thanks for the viewers for commenting. You know, keep checking us out. And for all you Dallas Cowboy fans, Sunday's coming. You know, so the purple and gold are going to ride going to sail that ship right up the Cowboys' butts.
All right, and then of course, John, I'll go with you. Any final thoughts?
Brandon, I hate to take this, makes me sick to my stomach to say this, but the Vikings are losing that football game on Sunday. But other than that, I don't know really what else to say. Like, I thought there'd be more final thoughts before the show started, but based off what Isaiah said, I'm speechless.
So
whatever this McClurkin or whoever this Christmas lady or man made this song.
I know. I was gonna say I just looked this up just to clarify because when he said Jordan McCrinkle, I'm like, I don't know who Jordan McCrinkle is because I was going to say Jordan McCrinkle did not write that song. The person who actually wrote that song was actually Andy Williams. So I don't know where he got Jordan McCrinkle.
Where's the correlation?
So it's Jordan McCrinkle. But anyway,
it's not even close.
So I want to thank everybody for watching another episode of Kicking It with Isiah and Ace, and you can catch
Fruit
us again.
Loops, Fruit Loops.
And you can catch us again next Thursday for another episode of Kicking It with Isiah and Ace. Go enjoy your Jordan McCrinkle and have a good night.
Isaiah loses again.
Hey,
Isaiah
remember,
loses again.
Good night.
The lesson is
Good night.